Hi everyone, just want to say a big thank you for choosing this video and deciding to make a crochet cushion cover with me. Just here to give you some information. No, I have stage fright right now, like quite severely. So, what you're going to need in order to make this cushion cover, I've made 2 cushion covers, so it very much depends if you want to make a matching set or you just want to make the one. If you're just going to make the one, then I'll address you first. Firstly, I'm using colours from Yarn and Colours, as they are like the softest and the most beautiful. 50-gram balls each, and I will be using, I think it's called Riverbank for the base colour. If you're making 1, you need 3 balls of yarn. If you're making 2, you need 6 balls of yarn, just of the base colour. Then for the pattern, get 2. I'm using the teal from Yarn and Colours. And even if you are making 2, you still only need 2. It just, if you're making 1, it's easier to have 2 balls of yarn on the go at once. And for the edging, I'm using teak, and you only need 1 ball of yarn for that, for if you're making 1 or 2. I use a 4.5mm crochet hook. You will need darning needle, scissors, some buttons, some needle and thread to sew those buttons in, and just at the very end you're going to need like a small crochet hook to make the loops for the buttonholes. So I've used a 3mm hook. So for the actual cushion cover, 4.5mm. For the little tiny little details, 3mm. I make a mistake when I'm first starting. You'll see that I speak about foundation double crochet. This is incorrect, and I have made a note in the video, but the stitch that we will be using throughout the entirety of the video is half double crochet. We'll be starting with a foundation half double crochet, which if you know or if you don't know, I will explain it. So just ignore, there's no double crochets at all. I would say that this is an intermediate video. If you have knowledge about half double crochet and color changing, you can do it because it's actually not that difficult. It just requires a lot of color changing. But who knows? If you want to challenge yourself, this is the best place to do it. And you can take it at your own time, pause it, come back to it. Just try something new. I've got someone at my door, hang on. So yes, this is, I would say, an intermediate pattern. However, like, I will be describing how to do everything and showing examples of how to do everything. Let's begin. Let's give it our best shots. Let's see how it goes, and let's enjoy it. Let me know how you guys like the video. You can follow me on Instagram at Knotty Trails to see other creations that I've made, and yep, subscribe, follow. I'll be releasing a lot more fun stuff now, all about kind of the different creative journeys I go on when designing products or tutorials, photography shoots. So yeah, it's a good space. Watch this space. So we're going to start first by making a foundation double crochet of 54. So for you that don't know how to do a foundation double crochet, first of all, we're going to make a slip knot with our yarn, just like this. And then we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. See, we've got this nice chain. And from there, what we're going to do, we're going to wrap. We're going to insert the hook into the first chain through that back loop as well. And we're going to pull up a loop. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. What we're going to do is wrap, pull through 1. That creates the chain. And then we're going to wrap and we're going to pull through all 3. That creates the half double crochet. So we're going to go again. We're going to wrap, and we're going to put the hook into this chain that we created by pulling through one. And we're going to pull through one, and the same, wrap, pull through one. See, that creates the second chain. Wrap, pull through two. And we're going to do that 54 times. So on the second one, if you ever get lost, you turn it to the side, and here you can see the chains at the bottom. So we're going to wrap. I'm going to pull through that next stitch. Wrap and pull through one. Wrap and pull through all three. Do you see now it gets a bit more obvious the longer you do it, the kind of pattern that it creates? Wrap. I'm going to put it in. You see all the chains under here? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrap, pull through one, pull through all three. And the benefit with doing a foundation double crochet is it just makes the whole material more stretchy, as opposed to when you chain and then work into those chains, you'll often find that it's a bit more restricted. It doesn't have as much elasticity with it. So we're gonna work 54 of these foundation double crochets. Sorry, these foundation half double crochets. We're not working in double crochet, we're working in half double crochet. And it's just following the same pattern all the way. So I will meet you guys when we all have 54 foundation double crochets. Okay, guys, so here I have 53 foundation half double crochets. So we're going to go ahead and do our last stitch. There we go. And as you can see that elasticity? Beautiful. See it? We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to turn the work. And all we're going to do for this next row, guys, simply is put 1 half double crochet into every stitch that we've created. So this time we're just doing normal half double crochet. So we wrap, we put our hook in, pull up a loop, we have 3, we wrap, and we pull through all 3. Wrap, insert the hook, pull up a loop, wrap, and pull through all 3. I swear, when you do a half double crochet and you manage to get the string through all 3 loops smoothly, it's one of the best feelings ever. Because normally it's a bit, you have to kind of move the hook a bit, but when you really focus on getting that hook pointing directly down and getting all of the loops at the same tension so that they're the same size. Let's see if I can do it. No. We'll try on the next one. Ready? Yes, that was a good one. Anyway, we are doing 54 half double crochets, and when we get to row 3, guys, that's where the fun really starts. So I will meet you at the end of row 2. Okay, guys, so I've pretty much reached the end of my row 2. Just got these last 3 stitches left to do. I'm gonna finish them off, and that last stitch. Perfect. So row 3 is where we will begin to make the pattern. Now it's very simple. It's going to be half double crochets all the way. There's no fancy stitch changes or anything. The only thing that we will be doing is color changes. There will be a lot of color changing, only between 2 colors for this pattern, excuse me. And most of the time we will carry the yarn with us through so that we don't have to chop and sew in a bunch of ends and everything like this. So I will guide you guys on all of it, no worries. And you will understand how easy and accessible creating patterns like this using crochet are just by simply color swapping. So go ahead and grab your teal yarn. Now, don't be alarmed that all of my yarns are used. It's just I pattern tested this before, so I already have one cushion cover made. So what we're gonna do is, let me just get my pattern close to me. We are going to, as usual, chain 2. So this, by the way, guys, will be the front. The side that we're on is the front. So when we turn it over and work the other way, that's the side, hold on, 1, 2, that we'll be leaving the yarn on. So this side that we're working in now, if we ever cut a piece of yarn or have extras, it's going to be on this side. So what we're going to do, let's go for it, is we're going to half double crochet into the first stitch, and we're going to pull up 3 loops into the second stitch. And anytime we're color changing, guys, this is the position we're going to do it from. So we're going to take our next yarn, running away from me, and we're going to leave enough yarn at the end so that we can sew in the ends properly when we get to it. And then all we're going to do is simply put that piece of yarn on the hook, and we're going to pull through with the new color yarn that will start at the next stitch. So we are going to do 24 teal half double crochets. Two, 23 and 24. Now on the 24th, because we're going to do a color change, we are going to leave that with 3 loops on the hook. Now we're going to take a new ball of the base color and we're going to attach it on. Now you guys will have to bear with me with the amount of balls of yarn I attach, because I really hate sewing in ends, and so I end up using like a lot of different balls at once to make my life kind of easier. But it does mean that throughout the piece we have to do a lot of untangling, but that's fine, we can do it together. So simply for this one, we've attached, and we are going to do 1 half double crochet, a second half double crochet, but guess what? We're gonna do another color change. And for this, you guessed it, we are going to attach another teal. I know, seems a bit crazy, but stay with me, guys. So we've attached that by just pulling the loop through, and we're going to do another 24 half double crochets. So as we approach the end, into the 3rd stitch from the end, we're going to pull up 3 loops, and you guys guessed it, we are going to attach our 5th ball of yarn. Now, you might be saying, why am I attaching so many balls of yarn? It seems silly, it seems crazy. You don't have to. You can, if you would like to cut and sew in a bunch of ends, it's up to you. But this way actually saves a lot of yarn instead of, well, you'll just see as we go. Just trust me. It seems counterproductive, but it's actually very productive. So you're going to do 2 half double crochets to finish that row. Beautiful. Now we're going to do exactly what we did on row 3 in row 4. So we're going to chain 2 and we're going to turn the work and all of these balls of yarn with it. You can see what I mean. It's going to get messy, but we're here for it and we will organize it as we go. It's all good. So we're just going to follow this pattern exactly how we have done it in row 3. So that means we're going to do 2. Oh, my dog's dreaming. 2 half double crochets, and on that second half double crochet we're going to take our teal yarn, or whichever colors you're choosing to use, and we're going to pull through with that. And we're going to start with the teal. Now I like to do 1 and then just go and give that back string a bit of a tighten so that that stitch stays in place, and we're going to leave that yarn there. And what we're going to do, follow this pattern. So we'll be doing 24 half double crochets, in my case teal, in your case whichever color you're choosing to do the pattern in. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of these 24 stitches. So as we're approaching the end of these 24 stitches, we're going to put half double crochet in that last one, and we're going to change the color. So we're going to take that teal yarn, sorry, not the teal, the base color yarn that we left here. We're going to wrap and we're going to pull through. We can just turn and give that teal a bit of a tighten. Don't worry if it does come loose, it's because it is loose, but we will adjust it. So we're going to do 2 half double crochets in the base color, 1 and 2. When we get to that second one, we're going to pull that a little bit tight. I like to grip it with my finger there just so it stays with the tension. We're going to take that teal that we left, we're going to wrap, and we're going to pull through. And then guys, we're just going to do another 24 half double crochets in that teal. So I will see you guys at the end of this. Okay guys, we've got 2 more stitches left in this teal. So we're going to get to that last stitch where we're going to pull up 3 loops, and we're going to take that teal. Sorry, I keep calling the base color teal. I'm not sure why. I think they're so similar. I'm going to take that, I'm going to wrap, and we're going to pull through. And you see that's just sprang out, but it doesn't matter guys. I'll show you why. We're going to do those last 2 stitches in the base color. Perfect. And we're going to pull through and end that. And you see that? I can just tighten that. It's not a bother. So let's move all of those. You can see we have started our pattern. Woo! So rows 5. It will always be 2 rows mimicking each other. That's how the pattern will always go. When we do a pattern change on the odd numbers, they will always be mirrored in the next row, which is quite nice because it means that you get to follow a pattern every other row. So let's change the pattern. What we're going to do is we're going to chain 2 and we're going to flip our work. No stress about all these strings. And we're going to 2 half double crochets like the row before. We're going to take that and we're going to pull through with our teal. Now, we're not going to leave this this base color string, what we're going to do is we're going to take it with us. What I mean by that is when we insert our hook into the next stitch, we're just going to put it under the base color string and do the half double crochet as usual, just so we're carrying that string with us. We're going to do that a second time. We're going to go under that string into the next stitch. I'm going to pull through, and now we're going to leave that because we are doing 3 half double crochets in teal, and then we're going to change into the base color. So we're going to take that teal and we're going to cross it over, and we're going to take the base color that we've left the stitch before. And why we leave it a stitch before is so that you can't see the string from the front side of the piece. So we're going to wrap that and we're going to pull through just like that. And now we are going to work a half double crochet in every stitch until the last 3 teals. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to take this teal with us, as you can see, because we're going to need it soon. So we're going to work half double crochets while taking this teal string along with us. So we're going to work under that teal string into the stitch. So we've arrived with 4 stitches left, and we want to leave 3, but we're going to leave that teal. We're always going to leave a string that we carry with us 1 stitch before we need to change. So now we're going to take that base color like before, wrap it around, and we're going to take that teal and we're going to wrap it. And it's just as easy as that, guys, basically. And we're going to leave that base color there. 3 half double crochets in the teal. And in that last, we're going to swap to that other base color that we left in the middle. I'm going to pull through, and we're going to do 2. 1, 2. And on that second, you guessed it, we're going to do a color change. And with that teal string on the second side, we're going to pull through. I'm just going to pull that to make that string a bit tighter, and we are going to take this string with us, and as we're going to do 3 teal half double crochets because we're mirroring this side exactly, we're going to take that base color string with us for 2 of the half double crochets. 1, 2. Ooh. And then we're going to leave him as we do the final half double crochet, and then we're going to pull through like that. Lovely. Now we're going to do 18 half double crochets with the base color, and we're going to take this teal along with us like the other side, but we're going to stop when we have 4 teal stitches left. Okay, so we're going to go under the teal string, pull up a loop, pull through all 3 under the teal string, some of you might think that it seems like a waste of yarn, but if you were to keep cutting, I mean, you would cut a piece of string longer than that to tie up the ends, if you know what I mean. So actually we are saving yarn, even though it feels like we're wasting it, but I promise you we are actually saving yarn and saving so much time from having to tie up the ends, because we're going to be changing color a lot more, guys. So this is child's play right now. We're going to get into it. You're going to be able to change color in your sleep by the time that you finish this pattern. And it's so simple and easy, techniques like this. But they create such beautiful patterns. And I feel like it's patterns that we're not exploring a lot in crochet yet, which I'm really excited for. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial and learn a lot. And also, who knows, maybe even design your own little geometric pattern. That would be cool. If any of you do, post comment below and I'll have to check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the 5th before the end. And we want to stop a 4th before the end. Why do we want to stop a 4th? Oh, look, I messed up my nail. Oh, well. Why do we want to stop a 4th before the end? Because this is where we leave this teal string. So we insert our hook and we pull up the last 3 of the base color. Wrap that there. And taking the teal string, we pull through. Now we'll do 3 teal half double crochets. We've left that string there because we have one here. 1, 2, and on the 3rd, yep, you guessed it, we're going to change color. So we're going to take that and we're going to pull through. Then we're going to do our final 2 half double crochets of the row. Look, it's nice sun. Look what a beautiful colour these are when the sun hits them. And bam. So we're going to chain 2 and we're going to turn the work. You see what a mess we're creating. So I like to, at the end of every row, just give it a bit of a pull, because sometimes carrying the yarn through can make a bit of a crimp in the material. So I just like to give it a bit of a straighten. And yes, look, we can see the pattern starting to emerge. So now we will work row, what one are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will work row 6 following the exact pattern that we have. So I will meet you guys at the end of row 6. I'm at the end of row 6. I'm going to put that final stitch in. And there we go. So how was it, guys? Did you remember to leave your carried strings 1 stitch before? Did you remember to carry your strings with you? Did you have to go back and undo? I know that I did. I forgot to carry this string across, so I had to go and undo a few, but that is very normal. And as you will see now, we're starting to form our pattern beautifully. So let's carry on to row 7. So as I said before, every 2 rows there will always be a pattern change. So what we're going to do, chain 2 and turn. We're going to do 2 stitches in the base color. That was a bit hard to get through, sorry. And then we're going to change to our teal, following this pattern. carrying our string through. Then we're going to switch back to the base color. And we're going to do 2 stitches in the base color. 1. And then on the second, we're going to change our color to teal. And we are going to work a teal stitch along every stitch until there's 2 left. Okay? And we're going to carry this teal string with us. So on the 14th stitch, we're going to leave that base color behind so that we can switch back into it for 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And we're going to switch back to our teal. I'm going to carry that base color with us for 2 stitches. 1, 2. And we're going to no, sorry, still got 1 more teal left to go. And we're going to leave that teal string where it is, because we have 1 teal string for this side and we have 1 teal string to work with for this side. So we're now at the midpoint. We're going to do exactly what we've just done on the other side. We're going to do 3 teal, 1, 2. And on the third, we're going to switch our color for 2 stitches like before. So we're going to take that teal string for a stitch. And we're going to do 1. We're going to leave that teal string as we do the second. And then we're going to change color back into the teal for, I think it was 14 stitches. Let's double check. Taking that base color string with you, we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and on the 14th we're going to leave that base color string behind, and we are going to switch colors for 2 stitches. Take that teal for 1, gonna pull through, and leaving that teal, we'll do the final switch, pull through, 3 in teal, 1, 2, 3, switch colors, 2 half double crochets in the last 2 stitches to finish row 7. Beautiful. So now on row 8, we're going to follow that pattern exactly the same. So we'll be putting 2 base, 3 teal, 2 base, 14 teal, 2 base, 3 teal, 2 base, 3, 2, 14, 2, 3, 2. Okay? So I will meet you guys at the end of row 8. Okay, guys, we're at the end of row 8. So we're going to put our final half double crochet into that last stitch. Give our cushion cases a bit of appreciation and love for everything we've done so far. Look how beautiful. And we will now get ready for another pattern change because we've done 2 rows now of that pattern. So going into row 9, we're going to follow this pattern until here. So we're going to keep in line with the pattern we already have. 2 base color, 3 teal, 2 base color, 3 teal, 7 base color, and then again 3 teal, 2 base, 3 teal, 2 base, 3 teal. But we will do it together, so if that doesn't make sense at the moment, don't worry or don't stress. We're gonna go ahead and do it now. So we're all gonna chain 2, turn our work, and let's go. So as I said before, we're gonna do 2 base color following the pattern. We're gonna change color. Taking that base color, we're gonna do 3 teal stitches. 1, 2. We're going to leave that base color string for our final teal stitch. We're going to swap colors. Now we're going to take that teal, and we're going to do 1, then we're going to leave the teal and we're going to do the second, and we're going to swap colors. And now we're going to take that base color and we're going to do 3 teal half double crochets. 1, 2, and before the third we're going to leave that base color string and we're going to do our third half double crochet, pulling through with the base color. And now we are going to do 8 base color half double crochets while carrying that teal string with us. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on the 8th we're going to leave that teal string behind and we're going to pull through with the teal. Taking the base color, we're going to do 3 teal half double crochets. 1, 2. We leave the base color string and we change color on the third. Now we're going to do 2, remembering always to leave the string 1 stitch ahead of the color change. Taking the base color, 3 teal stitches, 1, 2. We're going to leave that base color string there because we have our new one waiting for us. And now we're going to do exactly what we just did on the other side. So we're going to do 3 teal, 2 base color, switching colors. We're going to do 3 teal, taking that base color string with us for the first 2, leaving it for the third so that we can seamlessly change colors. And now we're going to do 8 half double crochets in the base color while taking the teal string along with us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on that 8th we're going to leave behind the teal string, change colors. Oh, got a little hair in my work there, that's nice. And we're going to do 3 teal, switch it for 2 base color, 1, switch it for, you guessed it, 3 teal. So you guys can see how the pattern, it repeats itself quite a lot. So at first it looks pretty complicated, but once you start getting in the swing of things, it's actually very easy. It can be a bit confusing, you know, remembering to carry the strings and to leave them behind one stitch before you change, but this is just muscle memory and you will get it. You just have to keep on reminding yourself. So 1 half double crochet in the last stitch. I'm going to chain 2 and we're going to turn. And now guys, you're going to follow that pattern, row 10, exactly the same as we've just done. So I will see you at the end of row 10. Okay guys, we're here. Now we are going to begin row 11. Again, we're going to follow the pattern exactly for the first 1, 2, 3, 4 color changes. We're going to do 2 base colors and then we're going to change the rest of this till teal and then follow the pattern. But again, we're going to do it together, just like to give a brief explanation before. So let's go. We're going to chain 2 and we're going to do, like the pattern before, 2 base color half double crochets, and we're going to change to teal. Now taking the base color string, we're going to do 3 half double crochets in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, leaving behind the base color string. We're going to do our last half double crochet in teal and we're going to change color string. Now we're going to do 2 base color half double crochets. We're going to leave that teal string for the last one and we're going to change color. We're going to take that base color string and we're going to do 3 half double crochets in teal. 1, 2, We're going to leave that base color string for our third, and we're going to change color. Now we're going to do 2 base color half double crochets, 1, leave the teal string, 2, and we're going to change color, pull through with the teal. Now taking the base color string with us, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then on the 9th we're going to leave that base color string where it is, because we're going to do 9 and then we'll change color. So that's 9. Take that base color and pull through with it. Beautiful. And now we'll follow the pattern from the row before. So we're going to do 2 base color half double crochets, and we're going to take the string and we'll 3 teal, 1, 2, leaving the string for the last half double crochet. I'm going to change color. I'm going to do 1 and 2, change color. So that new side teal is waiting for us right there. So we're going to take that string and we're going to pull through with that. And we're going to leave that base color there because on our next base color stitches, we have the string waiting for us. So gonna 1, 2, 3 teal, swapping to our base color, 4, 1, 2, swapping to our teal. And we're going to take that base color with us, and now we're going to do our 9 half double crochets in teal, carrying that base color, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, leaving that base color for the 9th stitch, and change into our base color. And now we're going to follow this pattern till the end. So 2 half double crochets with the base color, 3 half double crochets in teal, and all this time, guys, taking the string with us and leaving it behind 1 stitch before we change, just to create that neat look. 2 base color, 3 half double crochets in teal, 1, 2, 3, changing to our base color, and 2 final stitches for row 11. So now, just like always, guys, we're going to chain 2. We're going to turn our work. Beautiful. So yes, for row 12, guys, we're going to follow that pattern exactly how we did on row 11. And I will meet you guys at the end of row 12. Okay, guys, that is now the end of row 12, which means pattern change. We're going to be following the pattern, all of these, following the pattern of this. Then when we get to this, we will do our usual 3 teal, and we will swap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the base color, and then we will again finish. So we're going to be changing and joining this section, okay? So we'll follow along and do it together. So we're going to chain 2, and we're going to turn. Now, just like the row before, we're going to follow the pattern. So we're going to do 2 half double crochets in our base color. We're going to swap. We're going to do 3 half double crochets in our teal. Going to leave that base color string behind, and we're going to change color. We're going to do 2 base color. We're going to swap, and we're going to do 3 teal, 2 and 3, and we're going to swap, and we're going to do 2 base color, and then here's where we don't follow. We're gonna do 3 teal, 1, 2, leaving behind the base color string. We're going to do 1 more in teal, and we're going to pull through in our base color. Now we're going to do all the way up until here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and after that 7th, we're going to leave the teal string, put 1 more half double crochet, and we're going to switch to our teal. And then we're going to follow the pattern. So we're going to do 3 half double crochets in teal, 2, 3, switch to our base color. We're not going to carry that teal with us because we have a teal string waiting for us just there. Do 1, 2, and we're going to switch to our teal. We're going to leave that string there as we have a base color waiting for us there. So we're going to do 3 base color, sorry, 3 teal, 1, 2, and on the 3rd, we're going to take that string
switch, wrap, 2 half double crochets with our base color, and we're gonna carry that on and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. And on that 6th, we're gonna pull through with the teal, and then we're just gonna follow that pattern all the way to the end. So 3 half double crochets in teal, 2 base color, 1, 2. We're gonna switch in on up to the teal, 1, 2, 3. Always carrying that string, always leaving it one behind. So now we're going to do 3 half double crochets in teal, switching for the last time on the row, 1 and 2. So we're going to chain 2 to turn our work. And now seems like a good time for us all to untangle our yarn. It's looking good, guys. Looking very, very good. So for our next row, we're going to follow exactly the same. Look, you can see my dog starting to come in. We're going to follow exactly the same pattern that we did from the row before. So every time we see a color change, we're going to follow that color change. I will meet you at the end of row 14. Okay guys, so you might notice some difference, my nails, everything. I actually got to row 16 and realized that I had made a mistake. It happens to all of us. So if you notice any little changes, just a few little don't be freaked out. On row 15, this is where we're starting to close off the pattern. So we're gonna close all of this off in the teal, and we're gonna close all of this off in the teal. So it's a bit of a easier row. If you see me attaching new pieces of yarn and you already have your yarn, don't worry, it is because I made a mistake. My bad. It happens to us all, as I said before. So we are at the end of row 14. We chain 2, 1, 2, and we are going to do 2 base color half double crochets, 1, 2, and we are going to pull through with the teal, and we are going to place 8 teal stitches, half double crochets, 1, 2, and we are carrying through the base color yarn still, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to leave that base color behind while we do our final half double crochet, and we are going to pull through with the base color, and we're going to, while carrying through that teal, do 2 base color half double crochets, leaving the teal behind. And now we're going to close all of this with teal. So that is going to be, we're going to do 14 teal stitches, and we can leave behind the base color because we have some hanging on there. So we're going to pull through with the teal. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I am going to attach a new base color, but in this instant, guys, you don't have to follow me. You can use the teal that you already have. But as we're gonna leave this base color over here, sorry. For me, I like to have one in this middle section. So if you only have 2 base colors attached, feel free to add an extra one in this middle section. In the next, we're going to be chopping most of the yarn off the row after next, so don't worry too much about what you have attached and what you don't have attached. So we're just going to do 2 base color. That's our middle. And we are going to swap over to our teal. Pull that a bit tighter, and here we go. The next 3 we'll do in teal, and then we're going to close off all of this gap. So we're going to take this teal, this base color, along with us as we continue for 11 stitches in the teal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, leaving the base color behind. I'm going to do 11, pull through with the base color on the 11th stitch, taking the teal with us. We're just going to do 2 in the base color, and then we're going to continue these next 8 stitches in teal and the last 2 in the base color. So here we're going to pull through with our teal, carrying the base color. We're going to do, don't know about your guys' yarn, but mine is all starting to get very tangled. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the 8th, we're going to pull through with our base color and finish the last 2 stitches. Perfect. Now we're going to do a chain 2 as always, and we're going to turn the work. So that's where I made the mistake before, guys. I had closed off all of this, but I had gone on a few rows without closing off this. So now that's looking a lot better. Now we're just gonna follow this pattern exactly from the row before. Okay guys, I'm 1 stitch away from the end, so we're gonna put our last half double crochet into that final stitch. Perfect. So basically, guys, that is the entire pattern. The next 2 rows are going to be half double crochets only in the base color the whole way along, and then the whole way along again. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2. We're going to flip our work, and except for this yarn attached to your hook, we are going to cut any attached yarn to the piece because we won't need it for the next 2 rows, and we will reattach when we start making this pattern again. So as I said, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 half double crochet in every stitch all the way until the end of the row. So I will meet you guys at the end of the row. Okay, guys, in 1 stitch from the end of the row, gonna put that final half double crochet in. We're gonna chain 2, and we're gonna turn the work. And just like every row, we're working in 2s. So we're gonna do another row of all half double crochets, same color. Okay, so I will meet you guys back once we have finished that. Okay, guys, so we are here and we are over the halfway mark. So what this next half of this pattern is going to look like is this pattern basically flipped. So I'll give you an example. This is our finished cushion case, one I prepared earlier. And do you see how basically we're mirroring the same pattern but just flipped? Okay, so basically everything you've done so far, you can do again. It's as easy as it just was. I'm going to walk you through it step by step until we have this final design.